What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports, back again with another one. When will Deontay Wilder return to the ring after a devastating knockout loss to Tyson Fury? I believe in all likelihood his next fight will be against Charles Martin. The IBF ordered yesterday a matchup between Michael Hunter, who was ranked number 4 in the IBF, versus Flip Hrokovich, who's ranked number 5. Now, the IBF originally, before that order, ordered Michael Hunter to take on Charles Martin, who was the highest rated in the IBF. But those guys are real good friends, and the fact that Charles Martin sustained an injury and could not be ready for a fight between himself and Michael Hunter. I find that very, very interesting because I saw last week or maybe a week and a half ago Charles Martin in the gym doing an interview. I believe it was on Fight Hype or might have been one of those other boxing YouTube channels, but he did an interview talking about a range of different topics in boxing. He didn't look like a guy that was hurt, but maybe he was just there, doing some light training, and maybe he can't really do no serious training for a big matchup with a Michael Hunter, which would put him in position to be mandatory and fight for the IBF title. Maybe that's the case, but I think the real reason why he pulled out with this phantom injury is because he has a fight lined up with Deontay Wilder. I believe the fight's going to be on Fox pay-per-view, and I think it's going to go down in the spring of 2021. Now, from what I've been hearing through the grapevine, what PBC and Al Heyman are looking to do is they're looking to do the same model they did with the Charlo twins' first pay-per-view. They're looking to do kind of like a double-header type of pay-per-views where they have like a day card headlined by one of their premier fighters, and then they have a nighttime card headlined by one of their premier fighters. 2 fights leading up to the main events, like they did with Jamal Charlo and Jermell Charlo. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if they do a pay-per-view fight between Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin and do that the same venue and put it on the same boxing card as Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz. But again, have a daytime card, with Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola, maybe headlining that main event, and then you have a nighttime card headlined by Deontay Wilder and Charles Martin, or maybe you do it vice versa. Because I've already heard through the grapevine that they're working on it. It's not nothing concrete, but they're working on a double-header pay-per-view involving Errol Spence Jr. and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo will be unified with Brian Castano, and, well, not only unified, but he'll be fighting for undisputed with Brian Castano, and then Errol Spence Jr. will be unifying with Yordenis Ugas. I've heard that the PBC will be looking to put on 3 pay-per-view cards for 2021. And all 3 of them could possibly be double-header main event type of pay-per-view cards. Again, the model they used last year in September with the Charlo twins double-header pay-per-view card. So we'll see what happens, just see what transpires. But that's what I've been hearing through the grapevine. But this IBF ordering Hunter versus Hrokovich is pretty much, I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and I think that's going to lead to Deontay Wilder versus Charles Martin. Charles Martin, the southpaw, he could give Deontay Wilder a problem. That could be a fight that Charles Martin might be winning rounds and winning ahead of the fight, and Deontay Wilder lands his textbook right hand, and he knocks out Charles Martin and win the fight. Kind of similar to the second Luis Ortiz fight, where he probably lost every round. On my card, he lost every round but 1. I had it, I think, 5 rounds to 1 going to that 7th round, Luis Ortiz, before Wilder was able to get him on the ropes and catch him with a brutal headshot. I think that Charles Martin fight probably goes similar to that as far as getting outboxed by Charles Martin, who's a very skillful fighter. He's not on the level of Luis Ortiz, but he's a very skillful fighter. He's coming from a southpaw stance, which could be very complicated for Deontay Wilder and cause him problems. But Deontay Wilder's a guy that, you have to be perfect for 12 rounds. He just got to be perfect for 1 second. He landed that right hand, and it's a good night, Irene. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what transpires. But that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine, as PBC is looking to recreate the model they did last year with the Charlo twins pay-per-view doubleheader, and they're looking to do that again with Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz doubleheader, along with the Errol Spence Jr., Jermell Charlo doubleheader. And then I'm hearing another thing with Gervonta Tank Davis and Jamal Charlo doubleheader. Jamal Charlo headline a fight against a ranked opponent in the WBC. headline the daytime card, and then Gervonta Tank Davis versus Mario Barrios will be the nighttime card headline, and those guys will be doing pay-per-view. You know, and the possible destination they're talking about is again in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, where Mario Barrios is from, and where both guys last fought. And Gervonta Davis did a good pay-per-view against Leo Santa Cruz, over 200,000 pay-per-view buys. Let me know your thoughts and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.